Mike Brown has confirmed that we will be seeing changes this season. One of those changes is with Jalen Brunson and how he's going to be utilized. Mike Brown wants Jalen Brunson to have the ball in his hands less. Brown also confirmed that the rotation will be expanding to 10 players. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. This episode is presented by FanDuel. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new content. And now, let's get started. The Knicks are making huge changes. We are back. The Knicks are back, and Media Day is back. Today, Mike Brown sat down with the media to discuss this upcoming season, what he's looking forward to, but more importantly, what changes we're going to see this season. And one of the changes he spoke about was with Jalen Brunson being used more off ball. Let's take a look at what Mike Brown had to say about Jalen Brunson and this upcoming season. Roll it. In the following clip, Mike Brown speaks about what he's been doing this summer, how he's been preparing for the season, and he also speaks about reaching out to different Knick players during this offseason. Let's listen to exactly what he had to say.
You know, the great part about it is that communication with the players has been at a pretty high level throughout the course of the summer. And so for us, you know, our messaging started, you know, a month and a half or whatever ago. And then we've had optional workouts, and, you know, our guys have been great attending the optional workouts, and we've been able to lay a little bit of the foundation during those times. And so we feel like we're not too far behind, at least to the point where we could have been if we wouldn't have been talking to them at all.
Love that. When Mike Brown, his coaching staff, is reaching out to the players, seeing how they're doing, where they are in their training, their off-season work, speaking about them with this upcoming season, what the goals are, what the team goals are, and how they're going to get there, how they're going to accomplish it. And like he just said, they're having these workouts as well, open workouts where anybody can come. And clearly, as Mike Brown said, many Knick players are coming to these workouts and they're participating. That shows you they are committed. They are ready for the season. But Mike Brown wasn't done there. He also said the following about Jalen Brunson and his role for this season.
They've used Jalen off the ball a number of different ways over the years. As a screener at times, running on pin downs, flare screens, that kind of stuff. What have you seen from Jalen's off ball work that you like? What particular executive actions do you think he's really good at? And what kind of stuff?
Before he answers it, let me just explain to you what that reporter was asking. It was a little low, so I don't blame you if you couldn't hear it. He was basically asking Mike Brown about Jalen Brunson and him being used more off ball. If he's seen Brunson in the past be used off ball, if he likes it, and if he plans to go to Brunson more off ball this season. And on that, here's what Mike Brown had to say.
You know, he seems like he's a versatile player, and the biggest thing that I want to do for him is try to get him, as well as everybody else, easy shots. And one of the easiest shots in the game of basketball is a spray three. I'm a big proponent of touching the paint and spraying that basketball for a catch and shoot three. And so within what we do, we're going to try to get him a lot of those situations. On top of that, you know, if you do touch the paint, whether it's on the dribble drive or on a cut, if it's on the dribble drive, when you touch the paint and you get off of it, we want you to keep moving. And again, the little bit that we've seen so far in Jalen during these optional workouts, he seems like he's embraced it. Because you have to be in great condition in order to play this way. But he seems like he's embraced it, and I'm looking forward to seeing if we can continue to try to find ways, especially when we start playing games, that we try to find ways to get him some easy catch and shoot looks, because the ball will be in his hands, especially down the stretch. And so to make the game easier throughout the course of the game is going to be a big thing.
That was a lot of information, but it was great information to get. And I gotta say, I love Mike Brown's thinking here, and I love what he's going to be doing with Jalen Brunson. Using him this way, using him a little bit more off ball, with the ball less in his hands. This is exactly what you need to do with Jalen Brunson. He's already such a big threat on the court. If you can have him with the ball less in his hands, you get other people inside the paint, dribble drives or cutting, just like Mike Brown was talking about. Player movement, what he's been stating as soon as he became the Knicks head coach. If the Knicks are committed to this and Jalen Brunson is always moving, the defense, they're not going to know what to do. And if you create a number of different threats in your starting lineup, the defense, they're going to get shook. They're not going to know what to do. Who do I defend? Who do I go to? And that right there, that creates those open shots, those easy looks, not only for just Jalen Brunson, but also for Karl-Anthony Towns. Last season, all defenses had to do was double Karl-Anthony Towns or double Jalen Brunson. And then the rest of the team, they would have to figure it out. Not really a plan in place. Under Mike Brown, there is a clear plan, and that plan is to get the easiest looking shots, no matter who takes them, and making sure you're always moving. Player movement, playing fast, playing with pace. Clearly, everybody understands that. That's the way the Knicks are going to play this season, and Jalen Brunson, you already heard it, during these practices, during these workouts, he's embracing it. He loves it. This is what he wants to do. He's happy to do this. He's happy to play this way under Mike Brown. And he also said the following about playing off ball a little bit more. Shout out to NBA insider Kristen Winfield from the New York Daily News for giving us this information. Here's what Jalen Brunson had to say about moving off the ball more. According to Brunson, I made it work in the past. I've always been in different roles throughout my career. Even in college, when I lock in on a role and I figure out how I can be best at it, I'll be okay. Karl-Anthony Towns also commented on how the Knicks can use Jalen Brunson, speaking about how they can use him in a similar way to how the Warriors utilize Steph Curry. Shout out to Kristen Winfield once again for breaking down this following information. According to Karl-Anthony Towns, when talking about how the Knicks can use Jalen Brunson more effectively off the ball, he invoked the one and only Steph Curry, saying the team can find ways to get Jalen Brunson the ball without him doing as much work to get his shots off. This was a great statement by Karl-Anthony Towns, and I'm not saying that the Knicks have to treat Jalen Brunson like he's Steph Curry all the time, but sometimes, if you want to treat him that way and use him that way, why not do it? One thing that Steph Curry does a lot, constant motion, always moving. Even if he's dribbling and driving inside the paint and then he misses his shot, makes his shot, or passes the ball, still moving, always moving, because he knows at one point or another, a defender is not going to be on him. They're going to lose him and he's going to be open for that shot. Jalen Brunson, in a similar way, he can get those same type of shots. With this roster the Knicks have, he can definitely get those shots. But it's going to be up to this roster, especially the starting lineup, to make sure each one of them becomes a threat in their own way. Because if that happens, Jalen Brunson's life becomes a lot easier. Karl-Anthony Towns' life becomes a lot easier. And as Brunson just stated there, anytime he locks in on a role and he understands it, and he knows what he needs to do, he's going to be fine. He's going to be okay. We do not have to worry about Jalen Brunson. Even though he's going to have the ball in his hands less this season, that doesn't mean he's not going to be effective. That doesn't mean he's not going to have an impact. That doesn't mean he's not going to be an all-star for this team. He is. It's just going to look a little bit different. And that's okay. For Jalen Brunson, we should want that. Because if he has the ball less in his hands, that means his numbers are all going to go up. Efficiency, they're going to go up. His assist numbers, because of the way the Knicks are playing now, with more pace, with more player movement, those players that he passes the ball to, they should be wide open, meaning they should knock down their shots, and now he should get credited for those assist numbers. Last season, he would do the same thing. The only problem was those players would miss those shots, so he would not get those assist numbers, and then everybody would be saying, why is Jalen Brunson not passing the ball enough? He should be passing the ball more. Even though he is passing the ball, just the players he's passing to are not making the shots in. Hopefully, that changes this season, and I think under Mike Brown, we will see that change. Another change Mike Brown spoke about today was with the lineup, specifically expanding the rotation, expanding it to 10 players. Shout out to Steph Bondi with the New York Post for giving us this following information. Mike Brown says he's expecting to have a rotation of 9 or 10 players. Then we have another NBA insider in Chris Persiani who echoes those exact sentiments. He states the following. Mike Brown says that he typically runs a 9.5/10-man rotation. According to Mike Brown, I try to play as many guys as I can, man. And we have the great James L. Edwards, another NBA insider with The Athletic, confirming that Brown will absolutely be expanding the rotation. According to him, Brown on how deep he'd be willing to go with the rotation. If you look at what I've done in the past, it's usually 9.5/10 guys. Even though I love the Jalen Brunson change, this change we're hearing about right now, with the rotation expanding to 10 players, this is exactly what I wanted to hear. And honestly, it's music to my ears. What's going to be even better than this is if Mike Brown plays the matchups, which means maybe the starting lineup stays the same. And maybe off the bench, we get 2 or 3 of the same guys. But then some games, there's going to be those days where we have other players that we see. Other players that we don't normally see that we get to see, either because of garbage time, either because of different matchups, or whatever the case may be. But under Mike Brown, I'm already hyped because I know we're going to see something that we have not seen before. 10 players saying that to start off the season under Tom Thibodeau, never. 8 players, maybe. 7 players, more than likely. But 9 players, maybe if we had garbage time and we were blowing out that team by 40 points, we would see 9 or 10 players. But now, off the jump, we're going to see 10 players. I love that. Why else did we sign Jordan Clarkson, Gerson Yabusele? Why we have all of these rookies on the bench if we're not going to utilize them? Expand the rotation, play the matchups, and use these young players. Use the players that we signed in free agency. And this time, when we go into the postseason, let's have chemistry with the entire team. The starting unit, the bench unit, the entire roster. Because if we have that, then maybe this postseason, not only do we get to the Eastern Conference Finals, but we do what we need to do there. Take care of business and go to the NBA Finals. We should have been there last season. We weren't. And the bench, the chemistry, that was a big part of it. And this season, this year already, we're addressing those concerns. Shout out to channel sponsor FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, for giving us these updated odds on who's going to win the East. According to them, the Cavaliers are still on top at plus 220. Then you have the New York Knicks at plus 340, the Orlando Magic at plus 600, the Hawks at plus 900, the Pistons at plus 1,000, and rounding out this list is the Philadelphia 76ers at plus 1,400. But the reason the Knicks have these odds is because of all the moves that they have been making, all the moves they have made in the past, and the type of team they are today, which is a legit contender in the NBA. If you guys want any new information or the latest odds on your favorite teams, including the New York Knicks, the best way to get that information and also to place future bets is on the FanDuel app. Please download the FanDuel app now. And remember, guys, FanDuel is the official sponsor of this channel. Having odds like that, you know the Knicks are entering this season with a ton of pressure. Mike Brown knows it. The team knows it. But here's the thing. When Mike Brown was talking about this upcoming season, he didn't sound like he was under pressure. He didn't sound like he was upset or he was scared or anything like that. He sounds hype. He sounds excited. He wants to get started right away, right now. He wants to see what this team can do, what this roster can do, what different lineups can do, what different matchups can do, how he can utilize different players. And if he utilizes them differently, what does that do for the team chemistry? Does it help it? Does it hurt it? He wants to try out all of these things and more, even more things that I'm not even saying to you guys right now. Mike Brown, he's not worried about anything. He's hyped for the season. And if anything, he is thriving off of this pressure. And all these Knick players, they are ready for the season. If they were not ready or had some type of issues, then they would not be going to these voluntary open workouts. But they are, because they want to understand Mike Brown, how his mindset works, how he coaches, where certain players need to be on the floor, what their roles are, how his offensive schemes look, how his defensive schemes look. Is there any chemistry there? Any issues there? Does he need to talk with certain players to make sure they're motivated for the season? All of these things come to light when you attend these open workouts. And all the Knick players, they have been doing just that. Everybody is locked in. Everybody is ready. They cannot wait for training camp to start, for the start of the season, for preseason, all of these things to begin. But it starts today with Media Day. Now it's time for training camp, then preseason, then the regular season. But it's here. Knicks basketball is back. We are back. And this season, the Knicks are looking to break a drought of 53 years. Break that championship drought and bring a title home to New York. And if any team can do it, if any team was gonna do it, it's this current Knicks team. I believe in them. I believe they can do it. But what about you guys? Do you believe? Do you believe this Knicks team can do it? Do you believe this year is our year? If you think that, then leave a comment below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.